Committee, please join me to welcome Prof.Dr.kanok on the stage. Please, thank you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalam wassalam ala Sayyidi Mursaleen. Assalamu alaikum. Dr. Petdao Tomina, advisor to the Minister of Higher Education, Science, Research and Innovation. Assistant Professor Dr. Prof.Dr.kanok, Vice President for Academic Affairs and International Relations. Professor Dr. Rosihan Anwar, Rector of UIN Indonesia. Professor Dr. Muhammad Faruddin bin Abdul Mukti, University Sultan Sharif Ali, Brunei Darussalam. Professor Dr. Muhammad Fauzi bin Hamad, University Malaya, Malaysia. Professor Dr. Ibrahim Raksakhet, Counselor Member of Prince of Songkla University and my good friend. Associate Dr. Lovely Wahama, Dean of Faculty of Islamic Science, Prince of Songkla Universities. Distinguished scholars, participants, ladies and gentlemen, I am deeply honored to address you today at this ICON IMAT 13 2014 conference on harmony and development, the role of Islam in the Malay world for peaceful coexistence and sustainable progress. I would like to thank the organizing committee for giving me an opportunity to share my reflection on this topic. According to my limited knowledge on the Malay world, I learned that the Malay world had a rich heritage of scholarship who play crucial roles in spreading Islamic knowledge and scientific understanding. This importance of Islamic studies and science in sustainable development and peaceful coexistence is also evident in this region. However, in the contemporary world, grappling with various challenges and crises, we need to revisit the roles of Islam, particularly Islamic sciences, in order to offer a pathway to resolving conflicts and inequality, to foster unity and peace, and ensuring the well-being of global communities and future generations, especially in our region. Therefore, with your permission, I would like to share my thoughts on the notion of tajdeed for peaceful coexistence and sustainable development in our region. The concept of tajdeed has its roots in teaching of Islam, where it signifies the process of renewing and revitalizing the understanding and practice of the faith in accordance with contemporary needs and challenges. Tajdeed is not about altering the core tenet of Islam, but about reinterpreting and applying them in ways that address the current realities of our time. This dynamic approach ensures that Islam remains relevant and constructive in guiding humanity towards progress and righteousness. Throughout Islamic history, there have been numerous instances of tajdeed. Scholars like Imam al-Shafi'i, Imam al-Ghazali in our early history, and Yusuf al-Qaradawi and Taha Jabril al-Avani in our contemporary world. They exemplified the spirit of tajdeed by addressing socio-political and intellectual challenges of their times, thereby renewing the faith and practice of their communities. One of the primary objectives of tajdeed is to foster peaceful coexistence among diverse communities. In today's globalized world, where cultural, religious, and ethnic diversities is more pronounced than ever, the principle of tajdeed can help us to navigate and embrace this diversity positively. This is tajdeed and peaceful coexistence. Islam and promotion of mutual respect and understanding. Tajdeed encourages us to revisit and reinforce the teaching of Islam that advocate mutual respect and understanding. The Quran emphasizes the unity of humanity, stating, quote, "O mankind, indeed, we have created you from male and female, and made you people and tribes, that you may know one another," unquote. Al-Hujurat, verse 13. By renewing our commitment to these principles, we can build bridges of understanding and respect between diversities of our communities. Therefore, Islamic principles of justice, reconciliation, and forgiveness can be applied to resolve conflicts and promote social harmony. Tajdeed and interfaith dialogues and initiative. Tajdeed also emphasize the importance of dialogue and collaboration. Engaging in interfaith dialogues and initiatives can help dispel misconception, reduce prejudice, and promote culture of peace and cooperation. By renewing our commitment to these interfaith dialogues, we can foster a deeper understanding and appreciation of each other's beliefs and values. Tajdeed and social injustice. Social injustice often fuel conflicts and division within societies. Tajdeed calls for addressing these injustice through the principle of justice, adlu, and equity gives. By renewing our focus on social justice, we can create society where everyone, regardless of their background, faiths, and differences, can coexist peacefully. The root cause of social injustice, such as poverty, ignorance, and inequality, will be alleviated. Tajdeed and sustainable development. Sustainable development is a pressing need in today's world, where environmental degradation and resources depletion pose serious threats to our future. Tajdeed provides a framework for integrating Islamic principles within modern efforts to achieve sustainability. Islam teaches that humans are steward qualified of the earth, responsible for its care and preservation. Tajdeed urge us to renew our commitment to this stewardship by adopting sustainable practices. These include reducing waste, conserving resources, and protecting natural ecosystem. The Quran reminds us, quote, "Do not create corruption on the earth after it has been set in order." Al-Araf, verse 56. Sustainable development also involves ethical economic practices that ensure the well-being of all members of society. Tajdeed calls for the renewal of economic system based on the principle of fairness, charity, zakat, and social welfare. We need microfinance and entrepreneurship to encourage and support the poor and marginalized groups, such as risk sharing, interest-free transaction, and ethical investment, in order to create economies that support sustainable development and social justice. Tajdeed also encourage the pursuit of knowledge and scientific advancement that benefit humanities. Embracing innovation and technology is crucial for sustainable development. We need to iterate modern technologies and sciences with Islamic ethics. Consequently, we can develop solutions that address environmental challenges, enhance energy efficiencies, and promote sustainable agriculture. Without question, Tajdeed calls for productivity improvement in all sectors of our economies and development, as well as environment in our societies. Distinguished scholar, ladies and gentlemen, may I turn to practical step towards a promotion of Tajdeed. To realize that the potential of Tajdeed in promoting peaceful coexistence and sustainable development, I would like to propose some practical steps of this important attempt. 1. Education and awareness. Educating our communities, especially our students, about the principle of Tajdeed and their relevance to contemporary challenges is essential. This includes integrating religious and secular education into school curricula in order to nurture well-rounded individuals who are knowledgeable in both Islamic sciences and modern discipline, as well as contributing to a holistic development of our students. These integrated concepts of education can also be organized through various activities such as workshop, project-based learning, community engagement project to foster innovation and problem-solving capabilities of our students. 2. Community engagement. Engaging communities in initiatives that promote peace and sustainability is crucial. This can involve local volunteers to support local campaigns, such as tree planting drives, local cleanup campaign, an interfaith community service project that bring peoples together for a common cause. These initiatives or activities will foster a sense of social solidarity and mutual support, which will enhance community resilience in the face of challenge and disasters. 3. Global and regional collaboration. Collaborating with international organizations and other nations can amplify our efforts. Sharing knowledge, resources, and best practice can help us collectively address global and regional challenges and achieve sustainable development goals and peaceful coexistence included. Issue for touch deed application. With your permission, may I propose 5 issues for us to renew and revitalize our interpretation and application of Islam in contemporary contexts, particularly in our education system and its institution as follows. 1. Curriculum integration, particularly Islam and secular education. 2. Promotion of critical thinking and innovation. 3. Inclusive and diverse perspectives. 4. Community engagement and outreach. 5. Teachers training and development and institutional reform. My dear colleagues and distinguished scholars, I must confess that I'm not a mutaddid and not willing to pretend to be. I truly believe that touch deed application, as I suggested, has both its essence and risk. I believe that the application of touch deed in contemporary realities could offer significant potential for ensuring the continued relevance and vitality of Islamic teachings. However, the application must be approached with caution, grounding renewal efforts in authentic sources and maintaining a balance between tradition and modernity. By addressing the risk and essence, adhering to the core principles of Islam, touch deed can effectively contribute to the well-being and progress of Muslim community in today's world. Now, may I share some points on essence and risk of touch deed application to minimize potential damages and maximize potential benefits in this important endeavor. 1. Application of modern context. Touch deed ensure that Islamic teaching and principles remain relevant and applicable in modern contexts. It allows for the integration of contemporary knowledge and societal change within the framework of Islamic law. At the same time, there is a risk that efforts at renewal may lead to a misinterpretation or deviation from the core Islamic principle, if not grounded in authentic sources and scholarly consensus. For example, innovation in religious practice that stray from the Quran and Sunnah, leading to confusion and division within the community. 2. Preservation of core values. Touch deed emphasizes returning to the fundamental text of Islam, the Quran and Sunnah, ensuring that the core values and principles are preserved even as new interpretation and application are developed. A typical risk on this point is a resistance from conservative segment of the community who may view renewal efforts as threats to traditional practice and beliefs, such as resistance from conservative segments to reform family law or women's right based on a rigid interpretation of classical texts. 3. Promotion of public welfare, maslahah. Tajdeed aims to enhance the well-being of the community by addressing contemporary issues through the lens of public interest and benefit. On the opposite, an overemphasis on modernity and contemporary context may lead to the neglect of essential Islamic values and principles, resulting in an imbalance of Tajdeed application. For example, an adoption of financial practice that prioritize profitability over ethical consideration and prohibition of interest. 4. Encouragement of ijtihad. Tajdeed promotes the use of ijtihad to interpret and apply Islamic teachings to new situations, encouraging dynamic, contextually relevant jurisprudence. On this point, we must be cautious. Divergent interpretation and application of Tajdeed can lead to fragmentation and disunity within the Muslim community, creating sectarian divisions such as permitting practices that contradict clear prohibition in the Quran and Sunnah under the guise of modernization. 5. Promotion of social justice and equity. Tajdeed seeks to uphold and promote social justice, equity, and the protection of rights within society, ensuring that Islamic teaching contribute to a fair and just social order. But in practice of Tajdeed, there is a risk of diluting the authenticity of Islamic teachings, making such compromises that may undermine social justice and equity, and leading to selective adoption, which can lead to contested ruling and lack of uniformity in the community. For example, different schools of thought endorsing conflicting rulings on contemporary issues, and finally leading to confusion and jeopardizing social order. As I raise the essence and risk of Tajdeed application, I would like to highlight an important principle of Tajdeed to be observed when we do Tajdeed application, that is wasatiyah, balance. Tajdeed application must maintain a balanced and moderate approach to all aspects of the issue affecting our life. We must promote a balanced and moderate path that reflects the true spirits of Islam. Distinguished scholars, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, as we stand at the crossroad of numerous global and regional challenges, the principle of Tajdeed offers us a beacon of hope and a roadmap for the future. By renewing our commitment to the core values of Islam and integrating them with contemporary knowledge and practices, I am confident we can foster peaceful coexistence and achieve sustainable progress. Let us embrace the spirit of Tajdeed with open hearts and mind. Working together to build a world where peace, harmony, and sustainability are not just aspirations, but lived realities. Let us all here start working and walking together on this path towards peaceful coexistence and sustainable progress. Now, may our efforts be guided and blessed by Allah, leading us towards a brighter, more just, and sustainable future. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Alhamdulillah. Wallahu a'lam. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Alhamdulillah. Dengan ucapan yang disampaikan oleh Profesor Dr. Kanok Wong Terengganu itu tadi menandakan bahawa inilah jati pengajian Islam di rantau ini dan rantau ASEAN.
And thank you very much indeed, Professor Dr. Kanok Wong